Do Grammy Awards even matter anymore? That's the question burning in my mind, and maybe yours too. Let's dive into the history of the Record of the Year Grammy and see if we can find some answers. Full disclosure, as a music journalist, I'll admit my interest in the Grammys has always been limited, and here's why. In today's music landscape, I genuinely believe a Grammy Award holds very little weight when it comes to objectively measuring the artistic merit of a song or album. It's become, in my opinion, a massive self-congratulatory circle jerk within the entertainment industry. The actual music often feels secondary to the exposure the award show provides. Therefore, I can honestly say the Grammys have absolutely zero influence on what I choose to listen to. Let's look at the 2024 rock nominations as an example. The Rolling Stones, bless their hearts, capitalized on the seemingly endless appetite for nostalgia and walked away with Best Rock Album. But here's where it gets controversial. They won ahead of far more relevant and contemporary acts like Fontaines DC and Idols, bands that were unsurprisingly overlooked by the establishment. Is this about rewarding actual artistic innovation or about rewarding legacy acts regardless of their recent output? And then there's the truly egregious example from a decade earlier. Arguably, the biggest musical robbery in Grammy history occurred when Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp A Butterfly, an album legitimately in contention for the title of Greatest Album of All Time, lost the Album of the Year award to Taylor Swift's 1989. Now, it would be incredibly easy and perhaps a little tempting to dismiss 1989 as mere bubblegum pop and argue that it had no business winning. But that's not entirely fair. Swift's work, and 1989 specifically, has just as much validity as anything we readily label as highbrow. It should be judged through the lens of the genre it represents. So Taylor Swift wasn't the problem. The reason Lamar's snub was so shocking wasn't about Swift's win being undeserved. It was because Lamar's album was such an obvious winner. It highlighted the ceremony's apparent misunderstanding, or perhaps even dismissal, of rap as a legitimate and credible musical genre. This bias, in my view, acts as a microcosm of American culture, where the system is often rigged against urban subcultures, preventing them from receiving fair recognition, regardless of their artistic merit. And this is the part most people miss. It's not about individual artists, but about systemic bias. Adding insult to injury, Lamar's track All Right was also beaten to Record of the Year by Ed Sheeran for Thinking Out Loud. The result? The greatest album of the 21st century, in many people's eyes, left the awards show with a single trophy: Best Rap Album. So forgive me if I've lost faith in the Grammys, but in an attempt to salvage some respect for the institution, it's worth looking back through Grammy history and asking, where did it all go wrong? At what point did these snubs become commonplace? And perhaps more importantly, who has been dominating the Record of the Year category? So finally, the burning question: who has won the most Record of the Year Grammys? Whenever you delve into Grammy records, one name inevitably surfaces: Beyoncé. She currently holds the record for the most Grammy wins of all time and is often assumed to be the undisputed queen of the awards ceremony. But here's the kicker: she only has one Record of the Year win to her name, for her iconic 2010 track, Single Ladies, Put a Ring on It. All of her other awards fall into different categories. She hasn't yet joined the exclusive club of double winners in this particular category. That exclusive club, as of today, includes Billie Eilish, Adele, U2, Eric Clapton, Bette Midler, Roberta Flack, and Barbra Streisand. Flack and Streisand share the combined lead of Record of the Year wins with 2 each. Thankfully, Kendrick Lamar finally snagged his first win this year for Not Like Us. Still, it felt like a decade too late. Now, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Do you think the Grammys accurately reflect the best music of the year? Or are they just a popularity contest? And what do you make of the historical snubs and biases I've highlighted? Let me know in the comments.